Hi, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nico, and I am a full-time eBay reseller. I am rebuilding my Amazon business after COVID, and I was working full-time as a nurse, some different things like that. But I mostly right now am getting eBay up to where I want it to be. So right now, let's see where we're at on our sales. I think we're at 8,700 or something like that. Let me look for the month. Normally we're at about 10. I have really been struggling to get my inventory here to Wyoming, but that is loosening up, and so I will get there. We are 84.61 and 34 cents for the scrolling 31 days. And I am at 19.99 and 60 cents for the last 7 days. So we are still down 5% over the last 31 days, and January was low also. So I'm seeing, let's see, it looks around February 18th, especially of this month. You know, I came down from having a lot of $300, $400, $500 days down to lots of like $150 and $200 days. So there's like a whole, week or two on my chart that just account for days when I listed everything I had and then I still couldn't get out of town to go get more. But it's all good. There are fluctuations. eBay right now, I don't think is fluctuating. I think it's actually when I'm listing and listing a lot of items, I do not have any fluctuation in my sales, at least the last couple months. I have not noticed any slowdown. Anything that's happening is because of my situation here in Wyoming. But right now, thankfully, I have probably 2 weeks worth of inventory, depending on how many I list today. I'm right in the middle of a bins calculation where I tried to go to the bins for 4 days, not the entire day each day, but I did go for the better part of 4 different days to Denver, tried to fill my car. I could not. I picked very good stuff, and I just could not fill my car full of even J. Jill or Lucky Brand shirts, or even some like what I consider bread and butter. I still just could not get my car full over those particular 4 days I was there. So if you want to see how that ends up, go watch those haul videos. I'm going to do number 4 tonight. I have about 12 more trash bags from that haul, and I'll be doing that. So I hope that you can catch that. Um, anyway, I shipped yesterday on Saturday morning. Our post office in Wyoming is only open 1 hour on Saturdays. So I shipped then, and today is Sunday. Now I do what I call pre-shipping. I like to have my items caught up and shipped, when I'm not really busy and when I've got my listings done for the day or I'm not gone. Every time I see 5 or 6 orders, I just kind of go ship them so that it keeps the algorithm going. So that plus listing, plus editing stale listings, plus answering messages and all that good stuff, it really keeps my store really going. So let's see where we're at. I try to keep an equal number of active items to an equal number of sold. Now, right now, I'm gaining on it, which is what it's going to take to grow my store. My store will never grow past 1,000 items if I don't get ahead of the listing and then sell less. And so right now, I am gaining on it, which is good, but I really like that number to be equal. I can't decide what I like better. So here we are on our 90-day total. We are at $28,579.95, and I have 866 sold in the past 90 days and 995 active. I was at, seriously, like Friday, I think I was at 1,016 active, and then, a bunch sold yesterday. You saw that video. And now 14 have sold now. This is showing 14. I must have just got paid for another one. I think I only pulled 13. But anyway, I'm torn between a real lean store where it's like 1,000 and 2,000 sold. That's my dream store, of course. But it also is nice on those really rare days where for some reason no listings go up at all, which to me should be a true emergency. I just don't do that as a rule. I either schedule my listings out or whatever, but there are those days. There are emergencies, and I have my share of them, where no listings or very few listings go up. And so because of that, the bigger your store is, the bigger your check is on those days. So I really would like to have a 2,000 or 3,000 item store and then have 2,000 to 3,000 sold every 90 days instead of the 874. So my first hurdle about 2 years ago was that there was no way on earth I could list that much. I could not list 200 items a week 2 years ago. I could list a lot, but then I got on some groups that showed me how to list faster. The main one is Tech and Sports. Chris with Daily Refinement. That is his group. It's only $34.99 a month. And it will teach you how to list faster. So I covered that hurdle. Now I can list 75 a day if I have to. I don't like doing it. I've timed myself, and many times I've timed myself, and I can do 75 clothing items in 12 hours. Put away, put in my garage, everything. It is not a fun 12 hours. It isn't a, turn on your podcast and switch your Netflix show and get a drink of water type 12 hours. It is a, maybe take a bathroom break and, eat a piece of cheese type 12 hours. That's it. And for me to get that time, you can do it slower, obviously. But the benefit of that is that I know now what I'm capable of if I ever need to do that, and I need to do that this week. We are going to California unexpectedly in 10 days, so I have to have listings up for those 4 days unexpectedly, which is just like 10 days away. And so I've gotten over that hurdle where it doesn't give me any fear to list a ton of stuff in one day. I know I can do it. I've done it many times now since being on that group. The second hurdle was just getting inventory, that much inventory to Wyoming in my car. And that is what I have struggled with the last 8 weeks. Now, prior to that, it was, just more. The reason that my store is small up until this 8 weeks was winter was more I was trying to do everything with cash. I was trying to make sure that I'm editing all my old stuff. And I really wasn't ready, even though I knew how, to progress past about 10 to 12 a day. Now I'm ready. And now it's just a matter of getting the inventory in. So let's see. I don't have it here. I listed 20 a day for 3 or 4 days last week. Then I ran out of inventory, so I went down to 5, went down to 7. I had a whole day where I did no listings at all because I was in Denver and I just couldn't do it in the hotel while I was sourcing. I just couldn't do it all. Yesterday I only did 11 because I'm still washing clothes, doing haul videos, putting everything over here when it's washed. Today I'm going to do 9. I have 9 more photoed, and I'm going to go ahead and finish those 9 tonight. But I need to keep up with my editing and figuring out why my old stuff hasn't sold, because a lot of that is selling once I edit it. So anyway, guys, that's kind of the thing that's going on in my life right now. So when you look at my channel right now, I'm going to have haul videos, editing videos. I have some low spend, no spend videos, which don't seem to have anything done with to do with reselling, but they really do, because I'm trying to get the rest of my life in order so that when I'm down here, I can, list faster and have lunch prepared and know kind of what the plan is. And it also gives me that money where I can take a little bit less out of the business. Since I am full-time, I need to take the least amount out of the business that I can to pay my bills so that I can buy all the inventory that I'm able to list now. Because when you can list 50 a day, that adds up, even at $1 a piece, but let alone where you're at $2 and $3, many of us, that's a huge financial thing to advance the business. So that's why I'm doing some of those videos. And then today is a ship with me video. So let's get started on this. Today I thought I had 13. Let me refresh though. My phone says 14. Yep, I have 14, so I will read what the new one is. I'm not going to go pull it. The new one is a very old listing. I'm so glad this is gone. It is 3,000 items ago, so a year and a half ago, something like that. It's a pair of Levi's jean shorts, size 14. They're women's shorts. There's no flaw, so I don't know why they didn't move. I'm trying to get to some of those old numbers and figure it out. My photos look really good in the picture. It doesn't seem to have any kind of an issue. But anyway, I'm so glad I took $6.50 plus shipping, so $13.77. So that one is out of here later. I'll go grab that after I'm done. Now this dress I've had less than 2 days. I listed it about 2 days ago. It's a gorgeous vintage Hawaiian dress. And it is Sun Fashions of Hawaii from Honolulu. And I looked these up. When I saw this in the bins, I just grabbed it because I knew it would be a good consignment item no matter what. So I grabbed it, and I kind of expected it to be worth more. But when I did the comps on it, this particular brand did not seem to go for that high. So I changed my title around, and instead of focusing on the brand, since nobody seemed to care, I put Vintage Hawaiian Dress. Then I put the title, which I normally don't do. Normally the title, you know, J. Jill or Nike or Adidas, should be the #1 thing that gets picked up in your title. But on this one, I think Vintage Hawaiian Dress kind of got attention. This sold via promoted listings at 10%. No other promotions. And so I sold it for $19 plus shipping, $26.96. Not bad for literally, it might have even been last night. One of the last couple days here. Oh, I didn't tell you the total. Let me go back and let's say the total first, because I want to know. I want to write this down so I can put it in my video, and I want to know, just out of curiosity. So, since Saturday morning, so this is Sunday at 6 p.m., so it's kind of a day and a half. I sold $302.21 in 14 orders. Now that's okay, but I really need that to be at 500 to 700. That's my goal, minimum goal. That's my next goal. And so that's okay. I'm still happy with that. Considering I only listed 11 items yesterday and I haven't listed today yet, I think that's pretty good. I will take it. If I had listed early this morning, I got up, I did other things. I've baked, let's see. I'm sure you don't care, but I've baked 2 chocolate cakes that I put in the freezer. Those turned out perfect. Then I baked 2 sauerkraut cakes, which are chocolate sauerkraut cakes. Go look it up. They are to die for. However, thankfully, I took a bite of the cake after the one came out. Oh, sorry, my dog wants out of here. Hold on a sec. Come on, Frodo. You want to go out? Come on. Don't scratch. Don't worry. Go on, little buddy. Good boy. Sorry about that, guys. Real life. He wanted to be in here. He was begging me to be in here. And then when I shut the door to do the video, then he wanted to go out. So anyway, I made these 2 sauerkraut chocolate cakes. And they are so good. And normally. But then I thankfully took a bite of one. And I had forgotten to put the sugar in it. Like, there's so many ingredients in this sauerkraut cake. And anyway, so thankfully I caught it. So then I made this glaze. And it's going to become kind of a, you know, where you layer, trifle. You'll layer the cake and the chocolate, and it's fine. It tastes really good now that I made the trifle layer. But anyway, so I've, you know, been doing my low spend, no spend, you know, process where I'm trying to clean out my whole pantry, make sure we don't have a bunch of food in there that needs to be thrown out, make sure we're rotating things. And so I've been focusing a lot on that. And so this morning, you know, I just got caught up doing that. And I knew I had my photos done, so I know I can list 9 items in about an hour and a half, something like that, once the photos are done. And these are. So I can list these items really fast. But it's 6 o'clock and I'm just getting to work. I went to church this morning. We had a potluck dinner. You know, I tried not to eat too much, but we've still been running ourselves ragged, trying to do a bunch of stuff with the winter kind of keeping us here. And so we had a leisurely afternoon. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so I already told you what this one is, but yeah, we're at $302.21 for the 14 items. This is 10 ounces. I do not like starting my workday at 6 o'clock at night. Since I just took a nap, I'm fine. It's great. Obviously, I feel kind of rested, but I still like to have the whole day where I'm like, oh, my listings are done. That's how I like to be. All right, this is going to Hawaii, so maybe she knows something I don't know. I don't know. I looked this up. I did a lot of comps. Maybe I missed it, but that's okay. It is $533, and I charged her $675. So we'll get this out of here. That's sad to have to get a dress on the mainland that came from Hawaii, but probably, you know, it's possible she just has a really trendy, like, vintage Hawaiian store there. So something here that isn't in as much demand, there it is. That's possible. I am glad to be someone else's supplier. As long as they pay me a halfway decent price for my work, I don't care. I am more than happy to do that. I'm going to need some more paper here pretty soon. So yeah, this trip to California is kind of throwing us off because I knew I'd be busy the next couple weeks because I'm just trying to keep expanding the number of items I do every day and do my paperwork for my taxes. It's almost done, you know, all that stuff. So I knew I'd be busy anyway this week, but you add having to draft out items for 3 to 4 days off. It's just like, I don't know. A little bit crazy around here what we're trying to do, but it's good. It will feel really good when I'm on the beach in California for a couple days. 4135. This is J. McLaughlin. It's a brand that, you know, I just didn't really think about that much. I guess I had heard of it, but a lot of people are mentioning it lately. They're talking about it. I'm sure that I probably, you know, could have waited a lot longer on this, but these are a women's size 4. They're red plaid tapered ankle pants. I'll show them to you. They're really cute. I found these in the bins. They are just heavy enough to have to go priority, you know, padded, flat rate. So these sold via promoted, no coupon, and I sold them for $13.42 plus shipping, so $23.98. Let's see where these are going. Let me see here. Okay, these are going to Potomac, Maryland. Potomac, Maryland, maybe. Yeah, they'd be really cute there, I think. So let's go ahead. Actually, these were lightweight enough. I don't know what I was doing that day. You know, lately my listing has been in other places, and maybe I didn't have my scale and I overestimated. I don't know why I put these in a padded flat rate. There was really no reason. These could have gone a couple dollars cheaper for them and me. But anyway, it's fine. It is what it is. And, or maybe they just chose priority. Usually I put it in, first class if it's 14 ounces. But anyway, it's fine. They paid $9.75. I'm getting charged $8.30. I know a lot of customers who would prefer to pay a little bit more, and they don't really want first class shipping. So yeah, what I've done so that I can work like 14-hour days for the next 10 days, which I really inherently don't mind. I'm just trying not to neglect my family and stuff. And my husband, he's as excited as I am to go to California, so he's fine. I mean, he has a lot to catch up on now, too, because the trip was unexpected for him. So we're fine. I just may have to make a trip to see some of my extended family because there was already kind of, you know, some birthday parties and different things planned. So I'm going to have to still follow through with that, which, of course, I want to. But yeah, I've got my Audible subscription. So I'm in the middle of David Goggins' book. Now, if you can't handle cuss words, don't watch him, or don't listen to him. But boy, is he just the most inspirational person on earth. He is a Christian man. He just, you know, he's just been in the military and he just uses the language he uses. But he is unbelievable. His books are unbelievable. He only has 2, and that's a whole story in itself. But if you have not ever read you know, You Can't Hurt Me or Never Finished. I'm in the middle of Never Finished. Oh man, if it doesn't motivate you, I do not know what will. So I'm in the middle of that book on Audible, and then I've got a bunch of others in my wish list that are stories. I just am going to, put it on my phone, pick one, and then over 2 days at a time, just push play, and that will be it. Like, I am working down here, for that many hours, unless I just really have to take a break for some reason. So I've got a plan. I've got playlists set up to be able to, keep myself excited about being down here. I love what I do here, but I also, after a while, I get bored if I'm down here just listing too long. So I find that if I have books and things that I never get to read ready to go, then it really makes it fun. So I'm actually really looking forward to the next 10 days. I have some stories and things I've been wanting to listen to. Okay, this is a clearance item, thankfully. This is about almost 3,000 items ago. This is a men's shirt, size 22. It's a cotton blend collared, but it's like a big and tall man's shirt. And this brand is okay. These were given to me partially, right around the time of COVID, and I just listed it. It was fine, but finally I took a what do you call it? An offer of $3.80, and so it's $9.73 all shipped. I'm really doing good on clearing out my store. I'm really glad of the older stuff. I'm not just clearing it out for no reason. Just the stuff like this item. If I get even 50 cents to go buy some of the stuff that you're going to see in my haul later, you'll see why I want room and I want this stuff out of here, because 50 cents toward buying some of the items I've been getting is going to really be nice. And I only made a quarter or kept a quarter on the shipping, because at that time, this is so old, I was charging $5.25 for first class, which isn't the case anymore. So yeah, I've got a bunch of other resellers on a playlist that I want to listen to, that I try to keep up with, try to see what they're selling, try to see what clothing is going well for them. So I've got a bunch of people saved, and then, like I said, on Audible, and then I'll probably find a couple Netflix shows like that they can just play, that they have like 5 seasons of, and I might do like an entire show. I might binge watch an entire show while I'm working down here this week. So I want to pick something that I'm pretty sure I'm really going to love. I'll take any suggestions. I've done a lot of the normal ones. We're into Marvel and we're into superhero, so I've done a lot of the Flash and Supergirl and a lot of that. I like mysteries, as long as they're not too gory or whatever. I don't like horror, but I like a murder mystery. That's okay. So yeah, I got a lot to get done. I'm sure we all do. I'm sure life is like this for everybody at certain periods of time. Normally, I just like to systematically do things and just kind of grow the show, or, not just the channel. That'll take time too, but grow the business just slowly. As long as you're able to be full-time and making money, then, you can just slowly grow it. But it's just not how it works out for me. I've got to do these big pushes all the time. Okay, this is Sunny Lee. This is another item that is just a real thin lady shirt. I haven't had this more than like 6 months. It's really cute. It's like a teal green, but for whatever reason, it's just kind of a shell. I think I picked this up in the bins. I think it's really cute. But Sunny Lee, it just hung around forever. I don't know why. So anyway, this sold via Promoted. I took $5.75 for this plus shipping, so $12.59. I am taking pretty much every offer right now. I just, all of this is replaceable. On my high-end items, and of course I would think about it, but on some of this stuff, it is highly replaceable, so there's really no reason, as long as I'm in my money zone there. So I charged them $6.25 for first class, and it's only going to cost me $3.81 because it's going a lot closer. It's going to California. So I did keep, what, $2 something on the shipping, so that's not bad. I have flat rate shipping. Right now I'm doing $6.75 on flat rate, and it has not seemed to have affected my sales. I would like to go lower sometimes like this if I knew everybody from around here would buy things, but when it goes to New York and other places, it costs me pretty close to that on first class. It'll charge me, what, $6.09 or something like that, so yeah, so it's not like I'm intending to really make money on it. We're in the middle of Leverage on Freebie, my husband and I together, so I won't watch that when I'm down here. But, you know, they did a remake of Leverage. Not a remake, but a continuation. And I liked that show years ago, and it's actually really good. It's just like a bank heist kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's interesting. We're on episode 2 of season 1 on the new series. But we won't have any time to sit and watch that for a while. That'll probably be postponed until maybe when we're in California we can relax a little bit. Watch an episode on the beach or something. Okay, did I sell an Old Navy item? Let's see here. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, cool. So this one is not that old. I was going to say, why did I buy Old Navy? It's very rare that I do. This was brand new. They're boxer briefs, but they're new. I picked these out of the bins. So I've had these maybe a month and a half, something like that, if that. Probably a month. It's only 300 items ago, so I bet I've been listing quite a bit. Probably a few weeks. Anyway. This sold with my coupon 20% off and no promotions. So I sold this for $8.75 plus shipping, so $14.31. And it's only 5 ounces. 5 ounces, 5 ounces. Okay, this is going to Kentucky, which is good. First class is $4.24. I charged $6.50, so it is a little bit of an older listing. Yeah, I'm on $44.78, so it's about 300 items ago. But yeah, so probably with the lower amount of listings I've been doing, this is like about a month ago. I just haven't been able to do my 20 a day, but I am now. I'm stocked up now. I think I did it finally. It was not fun being at the bins by myself for 4 days. But that's okay. I am getting it. I hope everybody else had their listings done already. And you had a nice Sunday off. Whatever it is you do on a Sunday, if you went to church or you're walking your dog or whatever, I hope you had a more leisurely Sunday. I made it leisurely, like I am just now starting, so I didn't really worry about work until now, but I am going to have to work late, which is okay. I feel really rested, so I don't mind. I just want to go to bed at a decent time because tomorrow is you know, my workout classes, and it's at 5:45. I need to be there. And my other teacher, who normally does Tuesdays and Thursdays as far as cycling, she has taken about a month and a half off because a lot of the other people in the class are gone on, it's a married couple. They're gone, and then she hurt her arm really bad. So, you know, they're taking all this time off. So I'll only have a few opportunities a week to go here in town to organize classes, which I like. I like just getting out. Sometimes that's the only place I go during the day other than the mail. So I do like to go to them when I can, but it's okay. So I want to make sure I go to tomorrow's class in the morning, and then I want to try to make cycling with a different teacher at 4:30 tomorrow. I've just been, you know, at the bins, which you can pretty much count that as exercise, but it's not cardio and it's hard on your back. So I need to do alternate exercises and stretch my back out in the next, 8 hours here. So I want to go to bed at a decent time so I can get up and go to that class. Okay, this is Long Tall Sally. This is a brand that I just pick up. I found another pair of pants here at the bins this trip. I think I've showed those already. I don't know. But anyway, this is a Long Tall Sally skirt. It is just really pretty black. It's viscose, which I misspelled. I put 2 S's in it. I don't know. anyway, just notice that. But it's a 10 tall. And this sold for $16.30 plus shipping, so $24.43, and it sold via promoted. All right, we are on 11 ounces. I got to change my shipping back to 1-day shipping because I had it at 2-day to make sure that if my husband couldn't find anything, that we just had a little bit of a cushion. But now I need to go ahead and change it back because it does help your sales just in that little tiny way. So this is going to White Lake, Michigan. The shipping is $5.04, excuse me, and I charged $6.75. It's 11 ounces. I got my one ring back on after the bins. I can't get my wedding ring back on. It's just, you know, I don't know. I didn't eat that much at potluck. I was really careful. But when I take it off, like if I don't take it off, then midway through picking things at the bins, it's like really loose and I'm afraid it's going to fall off. But then other times, like now, I tried to put it back on and I can't get it back on my finger. So that is a problem. Okay, let's see what our next one is. Okay, this is a Tiffin lens. Now this was before I started really making videos again. It's I believe this is something of my son's. I'm going to print this off just in case. So this is an original Tiffin series number 8 black wide angle lens. We put the hood only. There's actually no lens in it, so it's for parts. So we sold this via promoted listings for $16.25 plus shipping, so $24.03. This has been around a while. I've been trying to edit his stuff too, the older stuff that has not sold. That's why it's just going to be a crazy week because I really need to catch up on all of his editing. And then I have that jewelry pile behind me, which I'm not going to make a whole lot of money on, but I do want to get it listed and it'll make my store interesting. It's just that I'm not going to charge the lady a whole lot since both of her parents, you know, died tragically in an accident. And I'm just trying to help her. She's been a friend of mine for, you know, I've known her forever. So I'm, you know, not going to make a huge profit on that jewelry, so I can't make it my priority because obviously I need to make my income. But, you know, I do need to get that going, plus just a ton of paperwork like we all do. Okay, so let me print these off first. Alright, put those there. Let's go see where this is going to. Yeah, I need to order a lot of supplies too since I'm going to be gone. We need to get extra stuff for the people taking care of the puppy and all that stuff. Okay, this is 7 ounces. This is going to New York. First class. I made or kept about $1.50 on the shipping also. So not bad. I have a huge toy haul or whatever my son gave me. I don't even know, hard goods haul behind me too that I really need to do. My son gave me, I don't know how many items, at least 25 items. That I need to get to my VA so we can get that done. My husband is going to the dollar store up the street to get a bunch of just odd size boxes. My son, you know, I can see some halfway decent size items in there, and I know I don't have the exact size boxes for those. So my husband's going up to just grab a bunch of boxes, they leave them out of the store on a certain side, and as long as they're there are boxes that you can take. And so I get a lot of, when I do hard goods, which is right now mainly for my son. I have a couple hard goods I need to do for myself too, but anyway, that's where I get my free boxes from. They're really good, sturdy boxes, and I do have some that I order also with my eBay bucks. But you know, sometimes they don't have the size I need anyway. All right, these are a pair of Lucky Brand corduroy pants. These are, I've just had these listed about a week, I would say. And so they're really nice gray. These are the 363 vintage straight. Just a pair of men's corduroy. These are 32 by 32. And these sold via promoted, no coupon. They sold for $20.87 plus shipping, so $30.62. And these are going priority flat rate. Okay, I need to tape these. That's the only problem with pre-packaging like I do. It's great like right now when I'm ready to ship. But once in a while, if I'm moving things around a lot, the tabs on the stuff will come off. So I gotta reinforce it with tape. Here we go. All right. See where this is going. This is 1 pound, 3 ounces. I do have one duplicate order today, thankfully. You know, if I could just keep getting a lot of the same brands, then over time you will get repeat customers, like, or whatever. But I just, you know, I do sell a ton of different brands. I just get what I can. This is going to New Hampshire. I don't have a whole lot of orders to there, so that's good. I'm keeping about $1 on the shipping, a little bit more than that. Okay. Our next item is going to be a Christopher & Banks shirt, which again, I don't pick up this brand. I don't know. I'll see how old this was as far as how long I've had this listing. It's a nice, pretty green shirt, but even in a 2X, Christopher & Banks is just kind of a slow seller for me. My mom absolutely loves Christopher & Banks. Like, her entire wardrobe is almost that. So, you know, and she changes out things she likes. She used to live next to a Christopher & Banks store in Texas, and she just went there all the time and paid full price. And I was like, Mom, like, literally there was a Goodwill like a half a block up, and I'm like, Mom, if you just went to the Goodwill half a block up, you know, no offense, you know, Christopher & Banks, I have a couple of things in their brand that I will wear too. You know, it wasn't like a comment on what she was doing, but she literally would spend like $75 on, you know, a bunch of stuff there at the store when the Goodwill was full of the exact same jackets, the same size, everything. And I just never could convince her to shop for used clothes. But now that she lives where, kind of out here with us, not in our house, but near us, about an hour and a half away, in Wyoming, there is no mall where she lives. And so now she's really into thrifting, big time into thrifting. Which I'm so thankful for, because if you're buying really high-end designer brands, then that's a different thing. But if you're buying the exact same brand that literally is across the street for $5, it's just kind of, you know. But some people just have to find thrifting on their own. You can't, you know, you can't make people do it. Okay, so this is a Christopher & Banks shirt. I'm glad that this is going to, I sold this for $5.98 plus shipping, so $13.42. I do have a lot of clearance items right now. And I'm glad. I am really glad. I've been working really hard. Even if I only made $2, it's $2 going toward better stuff. So this did not use any promotions of any kind. And so yeah, $13.42 shipped, which to the customer is a lot. That's, you know, you can almost go to Christopher & Banks and get this for $20. So to me, you know, from the customer point of view, I know why it doesn't sell for more. But this is going to St. Cloud, Florida. and I kept about $1 something on the shipping. Back then when I was doing this, I was only charging $6.50. It's not a real old item, but it's an item I probably thought, okay, this was given to me or something. I can probably get 10 for it. I probably started it at 10. And it's just not something I would do again. I'm very careful even with what people give me now if I actually put my time into listing it. Now what I do is I take it to the consignment store, I get money, and then I buy the brands that I know flip better. That's just how I do it. I don't like dealing in $5 orders at all. You know, I feel like my time is just valuable, and I know it adds up. I know a lot of people do it. I'm watching several sellers right now that I really like. I like them as people, but they literally, their average sale is like $12 plus shipping, which I get, and that's fine. There is a lot of money to be had doing that. I just don't know if I've got it in me to list, you know, over and over and over that many small items. I don't know. Even with the system I have and as fast as I can, I want it to add up to more. On the other hand, I'm the one who spent 4 days shopping at the bins too. They don't do that. They go in and they try to look for better items, but they just pretty much cut it off at a certain time and they just take what they can get and then they leave. So, all right, this is a halfway decent sale. I pick up logo Lori Goldstein. As long as I'm willing to price it in the $12 to $20 range, I do okay. Now, this dress was really pretty. It's summer. It's coming up. But, you know, the tag was kind of damaged. It was good enough for me to tell that it was a large and that it was Lori Goldstein. But the fabric content tag was also missing. So I took either an offer or just with my sale, it came down to $13.95 plus shipping, so $22.09. No other promotions on that. So, and that was a bins pickup, so that's actually pretty good. This is first class, so if I paid even $1.50 on that and sold it for $22.09 shipped, that's okay. I'll do that. That's a little bit better for me. I don't love even this, but I will do that. Makes me happy. That adds up pretty quickly. Okay, so 13 ounces. This is going to Los Angeles, which I'm going to go next week. And it's $6.44. So you can see that, like, charging $6.75, it seems like a lot when it's going to, or I'm sorry, not Los Angeles. I've got California on my mind. This is going to Louisiana. I'm like, that's California. Why is this so expensive? Anyway, I've got LA on my mind, I guess. Going to Denham Springs, Louisiana. That makes sense why the shipping is $6.44. I am not with it. I just saw LA and I thought, oh, it's going to LA, but nope. Otherwise, the shipping would have been $4, so that's why. That's the only thing that made me realize. Okay. We have just a few more, guys. Thanks for, oh, it helps when you put paper in, doesn't it? I don't put a whole lot of paper in my printer at a time. I have a really good printer. It's lasted for years. It's a Samsung Express M2020, and it's just very dependable. The toner is very cheap, especially on Amazon, like as an off, you know, an off brand of the toner. It's very cheap. It lasts forever, prints really well. But I can't really stuff it with like 50 sheets of paper. I put like maybe 20 in there at a time, something like that. Something like that. Okay. Now we've got a double order here. Let me see where that is. Okay. This Cabin Creek shirt, it sold on its own. These things actually, they're, you know, they're like vintage 80s or 90s, pretty much 90s, but some you can tell are older even than that. These button front shirts, they do sell. I usually put Y2K or vintage. In this one, I've had this longer and I wasn't doing that at the time. So anyway, this sold for $10, $10 plus shipping, $18.11. And it sold via promoted listing. So someone paid $18 for this vintage shirt. But if you put Y2K and 90s in the title, these sell actually pretty fast. And I find them all the time. So whenever I find them, especially at the bins, I pick them up. And this is a size 16. That's a good size. If I get the plus size ones, then I'll put them at like 20 bucks. Try to get 20 for those. It's kind of a sleeper thing. I mean, I heard it from somebody else. It might be Kaylee Elaine I heard. I don't know who I heard that from. But yeah, because there are a lot of people making videos about the Y2K aesthetic. I need to go watch some more of those. I know about the thick shoes. The real thick shoes with the rubber soles are really great. And then I'm trying to learn the clothing. This is going to Illinois. First class, $4.88, and I charged $6.50. I don't know how long that aesthetic will last. You know, I don't know. A lot of trends last for quite a while. And this one, you know, I know it's been over a year that I've kind of known about it and been trying to pick stuff up. So yeah, I've got some good stuff to list. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to list this, this Sundance piece. I showed it in my video. My haul video, but I'm excited to get that sweater listed. It's in great condition. I've got Sundance, I've got an Eileen Fisher, I've got a Madewell I'm listing tonight. I've got a Wild Fang pair of pants that I'm listing tonight. And then I've got a Masters, I've got this Masters Golf. Just in case, you know, not everybody can watch every video, of course. It just would be too much. But if you happen to see this or just even this little tiny logo on anything, that logo there, that golf logo, it makes it a Masters polo of some kind or another. And they sell. So that'll get me 20 bucks very fast and very easily. Just that vest. Because people like that golf logo. So that's as soon as I'm done with this. That is my next project. So when I'm listing things that are all going to sell, hopefully for over 20 bucks, then I'm excited about listing. Oh, get my hair in it. That's not what people would like to see. All right. Okay. This is a J-Jill sweater. I'm so glad that I'm back into doing J-Jill. I had just neglected it for a long time. I think I was trying to overprice it for a long time. And so, you know, I just quit doing it. Whoop, there's another offer. Let's take it. Greg Norman pants. Sorry, guys. We got to take offers when they come in. I break for offers. Okay, so this is an older item. They want to pay $5. I had $8.69 on it. Greg Norman is okay, but I do not pick it up anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and clearance this out. It's not that it's a bad brand, you know, in the mid-summer, at the height of summer, I can maybe eke out $9 on a pair of Greg Norman shorts, but I just can't seem to get it to move for more than that. If you are, let me know, but I'm just not. So I am happy to actually take that offer. I'm having about a 40% off sale on my really old stuff, so I don't know if this is one of them or if they're just making the offer. I don't know, but I just want it out of here. So now, like, I don't pick up Greg Norman, you know, I pick up, I still pick up Vineyard Vines, even though that is dropping for me too. And then I pick up, what's his name? I can't think. Anyway, there's a few golf brands that I still pick up, but, not as many. So anyway, sorry about that interruption. Back to the J-Jill. This is a gorgeous purple sweater. Let me see if this was a merino wool or whatever. Oh, I sold another pair of pants too. I sold a $15 pair of 11's Brighton pants. I'll, yeah, I'm not going to wait till tomorrow to ship these, so I'll just tell you that made my total go up by like $25 on the 11s Brighton pants. They are a size 8 tall, so I pick up a lot of things that are tall, and they are wide legs, so they have a great look to them, and they didn't use a coupon or anything on that, so that's another good sale that just came in. This one is just an extra large J. Jill sweater. It is a cardigan. It has pockets. It's a button down, and you can just see what a pretty cable print it has. It's not made out of any kind of special fabric. So anyway, I think just the extra large size and the cardigan part of it. I took $25 plus shipping, so $36. So yeah, J. Jill is selling really well for me if I price it right. And if it's in bigger sizes especially. But any kind of J. Jill special fabric, even in a small, I will pick up if it's a merino wool or something like that. And any kind of bigger size in J. Jill, or any kind of substantial piece like a jacket. And I was not doing that before. I was just kind of ignoring J. Jill. I just felt like I couldn't move it, but I think now that I'm pricing it right, and I've heard a lot of other people saying that it's kind of having a resurgence if you price it right. So I had Parcel Select at $11, and this is going to Pennsylvania. Let me see how much Priority is. Priority is $11.62. Yeah, that's about a $1.50 difference. I guess I'll keep them at Parcel Select. Let's see. Yeah, so let's just do that because, you know, let's do that. I'm trying not to tape these down ahead of time, whereas normally I do, but now that I'm making videos, I'd like you to at least see what the sweater looked like. So it does take me a little bit more time on this end, especially when I'm selling hard goods, because now I have to tape it down, but that's okay. Hopefully you don't mind and you'll stick in there with me. Sorry guys, I can't. Everything works when I'm like just here by myself, but when I'm on a video and you're leaning way over, I know it's kind of weird, but it's just what I have to do. But I didn't move off my mat. I am on the same mat, and I don't hardly even pick up my feet. Everything I need to ship is at arm's length, and if I wasn't making a video, you know, this would have been pretty quick shipping. I am going to stick this on here a little bit more. Okay, one more I think that I've actually pulled. All right, let's go see where we're at now. This should be the double order. Okay. So yeah, I have 3 more technically. I have the 11s pants. I have the Levi's jean shorts that I told you about at the beginning. But this is my last order that we will do together. This is a pair of Nike shorts. And this is an older clearance item. This is number 3000 and we're in the 4300. So it's a little bit older. Really cute. Let's see. I don't have vintage on these. But anyway, they're Nike shorts, women's large pink jogging shorts. And then, in the same order, I have this pair of Briggs linen shorts. I don't love Briggs as a brand, but when you see this look of these shorts, they almost always are linen. And so then I do better on Briggs, and I'm willing to do it. These have a really cute look to them. I wasn't aware of the aesthetic name when I listed these, but now when I pick these up, there's that seaside coastal look. And this is something that like someone who lives, you know, near the beach, but it's like a seaside coastal linen look. I would have put that in the listing and maybe these wouldn't have been around so long. These are 3,500 and I'm in the 4,400, still about 1,000 items ago. I think I could have moved them faster. Let me see if these are going to go first class still. Yeah, they are actually. So the two items together are still going to remain first class, which is good. So she used a 20% off coupon and no promotions, or no, one did. I guess the Briggs shorts, the linen shorts, sold with promoted listings. The other one did not, and they both sold at, 20% off. So $32.17 all shipped. So let's see where these are going. Okay. So these are going to South Carolina, and I'm going to change my shipping. eBay kept it at first class, and that's what I advertised, so that's fine. So I'm going to put 13 ounces in here. And let's see, I will go see, she paid $13.25 in shipping though, so I am going to give her some back because I do advertise that I combine shipping. So she paid $13.25 and it's only going to cost me $6.60. So I will definitely reimburse her a decent amount, $5 or something like that. I'll do the math. So yeah. All right, that is all I have for shipping now. I'm going to go grab those other two items that just came in. You know, now that I'm shipping, see, it triggers the algorithm, and every time when I'm shipping, like right in the middle of shipping, orders come in. And then if I actually get my 9 listings up today, that could help too. So we will see you guys. Thanks for staying with me. If you don't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. I'm going to try to do another haul video tonight. And if you could even just like the video and comment, that really helps my channel. Thank you guys. You have a great day. Bye.